Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Grant.
First time on the channel, Grant
Horvat.
Woke up feeling like a creep, so hungover I couldn't speak. I met the group last night and he shook my hand in the end and said, "You ain't got nothing. What you gonna do about it?"
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him, baby. I am so excited to be bringing you today an interview with Grant Horvat. It's not blowing my mind that 3 weeks ago this channel had 0 subscribers and I hadn't posted a video on it, and now we are interviewing the man himself. I'm so excited. I'm so humbled for this opportunity. I'm thankful to you guys for the support you've shown. If it wasn't for you guys and the support in the videos and enjoying the content, obviously none of this would be possible. So as you've seen, I've been wanting to give back. I'm doing a PGA Superstore gift card right now. As long as you're subscribed to the channel before January 5th, you're gonna be entered to win. But thankfully, I was able to convince Goat Lane, who is the manufacturer and producer of Grant Horvat's signature shoe, which I have right here. This shoe is sick. One of 350 pairs, and they are doing a giveaway with me. We are going to be giving away a pair to one of you guys. A pair of Grant Horvat's signature sneaker, just released his first collaboration with Goat Lane. I did an unboxing of it the other day and I was just blown away by the quality of this product. So I had the idea to do a giveaway. I asked them and they said they were down. So all you have to do to win a pair of his signature shoes is be subscribed to this YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now and I will announce the winner on this channel January 5th along with the PGA Superstore gift card. So right now, if you're subscribed to the channel, you could win a $100 PGA Superstore gift card, or you could win a pair of these. We'll have to see. It's gonna be a random draw and I'll select the winner and let you guys know. But thank you guys so much for your support. I'm so stoked to bring you this interview, and yeah, hit that subscribe button so you can wear a pair of his amazing shoes. All right, without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, well, let's jump into this, man. Grant, thanks for joining me, man. This is a great bit of a mind-boggling moment for me here to be able to chat with you. It's super exciting. I'm super stoked and humbled to have you on here. And
thanks for having me on. I've seen your stuff. I've when I'm scrolling through YouTube, I see the thumbnails, I see everything. So I knew Gustav sent you a pair of the shoes, and I wanted to come on here and we can talk about them a little bit. And yeah, I'm really excited and happy with the way the launch went.
Yeah, it's a sweet product, man. It's a sweet product. Talk to me about like the process. We're gonna start here and then we'll get into some other stuff for people watching, but talk to me about the process. I'm genuinely curious. Like when you get reached, I'm assuming they reached out to you and they were like, hey, we want to do a collaboration, and your hand went into creating these. Like what was kind of, I wouldn't know where to start with a shoe. I'd be like, I don't know, something that fits the foot. Like how did you know how to design a shoe and how to like work backwards with a shoe? Like was it your experience in the golf world? What was it?
I didn't design it by like any means, like the actual shoe part. I picked out, how I wanted it to look, but it was a funny thing because I remember one night I spent like 2 hours looking for golf shoes because I used to wear Nike Janowskis. Those were like the first golf shoes I wore, and they were like more like a skateboarding casual shoe. And I really just wanted to find something similar to that. And I remember going on Google looking for, hours, and I could not find a shoe that had that Janowski look other than the Puma OG ones. There's like the Puma original ones. And I saw these Goat Lanes and I remember messaging. I actually reached out to them and I was like, would love to try a pair of them. And so they sent me a pair. And then after that, we talked further about, a partnership. And this was a long time ago. It's probably like 8 months ago, 6 to 8 months ago. And we just collabed on a drop, and it took us a long time, but yeah, I only wear all white shoes. So I noticed that they had like green and different colors on them, which some people may like, but I like an all white because you can just wear it anytime. So I made sure everything was whited out, and then we just really we spent a lot of focus on the signature and the packaging and everything that also comes with it.
That's sick. Yeah, I was impressed by the packaging too. Even just like the box and the little, I thought it was a towel at first, but it's a shoe bag. I'm like, I've never bought a pair of shoes that has a shoe bag. Like that's just like, come on, man. Like that's like Gucci. That was crazy.
Yeah, and
that blew my mind.
And it's a funny thing because I remember talking to Gustav, like I told you earlier. The price point that these shoes are at, they're expensive, and I told him that. I was like, we're gonna get some people fired up about the prices, and for a shoe that much, you better be getting something that's worth it. And I think the fact that you can wear these on and off the court, it's almost like you're getting two pairs of shoes. And just because they're handmade leather and they're not sourced overseas or anything like that, they're made in Portugal. They're just, I mean, they're really nice. They really are. And like, you don't, like, I understand if someone doesn't want to spend that much on a shoe. It's not offensive, but for people that do, I think it's totally worth it. And I remember getting messages every day, like, what shoes are you wearing? You know, all that. And I wanted to find something that that was the closest to the Janowskis, possibly. And I felt like the Goat Lanes were the closest, but maybe one day, because this is just a collab, you know, this is his company. This is not my company or anything. Maybe one day I'll come out with my actual own shoe that, you know, is a good, you know, a lower price point. You never know.
Totally. Let's jump back for a bit. I want to talk about YouTube for you specifically and like getting into it and content, because you're obviously a stick golfer. You, correct me if I'm wrong, but you played in college, right?
I did. Yeah. 4 years. Yeah.
So what was like, where did that idea come from to get into YouTube? Where did that decision to like pursue it over pursuing golf? Because obviously you're the quality of golfer that if you wanted to have pursued golf, I'm sure the opportunities were there.
Right. Yeah. I never wanted to go pro, like, ever. I realized that in college golf, I was like, it's just not for me, competitive golf. So yeah, I realized that very quickly. And I knew I loved to teach. And I started, you know, I was obviously doing stuff with Garrett in the beginning. He brought me in like a couple videos in the beginning. They went well. And then I started doing TikTok teaching videos. And those started to do pretty well. And I was like, you know, I think social media would be really cool to do. And as you know, I started with Garrett. We started doing a lot of content together. Good, everything there. And I started to do my personal channel on the side. Yeah, and it's gone great, and I've absolutely loved it. And it's like a dream come true. It really is.
Yeah, it's cool, man, because it, like, I assume it takes a lot of the stuff you didn't like about competitive golf out of golf for you and leaves just the stuff you love. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, I truly don't like playing in tournaments. It was never that fun for me. I love just going out and having a good time, filming content, messing around. And my real passion is teaching. So I do really love to teach and help people with their swing. That's where down the road, that's where I'm really going to shift the dynamic for sure. But right now we're riding out the content, love filming YouTube videos, and got some really exciting stuff coming.
That's exciting. What is it about YouTube that makes you love it so much though? Like because like, I think people don't quite understand. And I'm a YouTube nerd. I love YouTube. I love studying it. I love like figuring out how to make better videos. But like, it's a beast in and of itself. And I'm sure you felt it. Like, it's not really something that can just be outsourced completely, or, you know, you just go and play and then you take your hands off everything. Like, I'm sure you're intertwined into like titles, thumbnails, like retention, like looking at the analytics, like all that stuff. Like, how do you enjoy that side of the game, and how do you play it?
Yeah. And that side of the game you got to be careful with, because that can mess with you. If you get too into it and too into every little thing, you'll drive yourself crazy. But you also need to be aware of everything. So I've really got into like thumbnails and studying that. I love designing thumbnails and titles and also the whole production side. I love trying to make my production better every video and trying to make just the overall video more enjoyable for people. That's a really big thing for me. So, you know, and I will say this, like right now, Garrett, I think, is the most talented when it comes to social media. And he taught me a lot too. I think his whole, you know, eye for it and how he does it, he's very talented. But now there's a lot of people coming up. I mean, there's tons of, you know, golf content creators coming up, and it's not a secret anymore, but at the end of the day, you still got to be making content that people want to watch. And I really have studied analytics and thumbnails and watch time and impression rates. Like, I get really into it, and I'm very picky. I'm very, very picky with like how it all comes out. And I know my editors are probably like, they probably hate when I like give them 20 different things I keep correcting on the thumbnail and stuff.
So. You got it.
it gets wild.
Dude, that's cool to hear because I was asked in an interview the other day about like doing like who I would love to talk to in interview and all that kind of stuff. And obviously I said you, I said a bunch of other guys in the golf space. But I said, I was like, any day I would take just a like coffee with you off camera over and like I'm so happy to be doing this interview, but like I would love with any other creator to just sit down and talk shop and like pick your brain and nerd out and go back and forth. Cause like I feel like as YouTubers too, like you said, you have to be careful with that data and stuff because you go nuts and like you're on an island, man.
Yeah.
Like you're by yourself. You're in your own head. You're making all these decisions. You're getting that feedback from the audience. You're having all your mental breakdowns and like as a YouTuber, you're kind of on your own, man. You feel very isolated sometimes, you know?
Oh, it's nuts, man. It's crazy. Like I remember when I was getting into YouTube, I heard all the time like that like right when you start to get out of tens, like you're ranking the videos out, there goes all your happiness. And that's like the worst thing, like looking at when you post a video and it's, you know, not a good video. And
yeah,
it's so easy to like just think, you know, the world's ending. It's like
dude, channel over, like I might as well never post another video. My audience has forgotten about me. Like send it in, I'm done. Like that's the vibe, man. I totally get it. It's like I remember when they first introduced that in YouTube Studio, the ranking system, my first reaction was like, here comes the depression. Like I'm about to need like some pills or something. Like this
why would they like whoever created that was crazy. I don't get it. It was just not it. And it's like, yeah, the 1 out of 10s are cool, they get you going, but then I don't know, it's nuts. And I feel like I've gotten to the point now on YouTube though, I know what's going to do well before I post it, and I know what is a risky post. Like I know, like there's just certain things, you know, when you post it, they're going to pop, and it's whether you pull together a cool collab or the idea's there and the thumbnail comes together, like you just know. And then there's other days you throw up a video and you're just like, oh man, you don't know how it's going to do. And I actually just posted a video yesterday. It's rocking a hard 10 out of 10. And it's, you know, it's funny because when I posted it, I knew it was a little risky because I've already done that kind of style of the video. I want to see if I could ride it anymore. But now I know, you know, that was the last time I should probably run that style and maybe change it up a little bit. So you get a feel, and once you get a 10 out of 10, you learn real quick. You're like, all right, we gotta change it up.
What does your team look like? Do you have an editor, I would assume, who's like on full time? And then do you have videographers, or do you just contract wherever you are?
No, so yeah, I always now, like moving forward, I'm bringing videographers on every trip. I have a couple that are really good, and actually Sadie films always like the down the line view. So she's always filming the Panasonic down the line. So she's got that kind of taken care of. And then the videographer will come in and, you know, shoot different angles, drone shots, all that. And then we have our editor who we send the footage to and stuff.
Cool. I feel like golf creators right now are starting to, at least online, get almost as much, if not more attention than like professional golfers. Have you felt that? Because like if you look at like DeChambeau's channel, like you pull more views than most of his videos, which is like, it's not a knock against him. It's just he's not a YouTuber and you're a YouTuber. You know what I mean? And there is a difference with online attention, but it's wild to see. And I bet as a kid, you would have never thought that you'd be like more interesting to people than Bryson, which is nuts to say, but it's true.
Yeah, no, it is wild. And I can't believe, you know, the influence that we have. I think it's pretty special. And I always say, like, we're talking to people. It's a little bit of a different connection, us versus a PGA Tour pro, because we're sitting there, we're talking to our audience, and pros they're just swinging and they're not really interacting with the audience as much. So it's just a little bit different, and you know, it feels cool. Like I feel like I'm talking to everyone in the videos, like they're my friends, you know, and the people commenting, like I see the same people, and it's pretty cool. It's just like, it's like a community. It's awesome.
That's unreal, man. Yeah, it's really neat to see the growth of it too. What do you think is like something missing from that golf creator space right now? Like either something that you're wanting to like move forward into and attack on, or something that you feel like as a whole someone else should fill? Like as it grows, what do you think's missing?
Man, I feel like it's hard to say like what's missing. I know there's plans to do like huge YouTube golf tournaments. I think would be really cool, like really good production, giant tournaments. I think that would just be really special and have just fans show up. Because then the Bryan Bros, they just bought a course, Wesley and George. And, you know, having a huge YouTube tournament would be sweet out there, having everyone show up. But from a production standpoint, I feel like, you know, Rick Shields has gotten really good. Good was always, in my opinion, the best production. And, you know, there's a lot of other people that have really good production. But I feel like YouTube golf has covered a lot now. And it's more, I think people really do like to see the pros, like matches against pros and bringing in more PGA Tour pros. And like there's an incentive on both ends now for both ends for a pro and a creator to collab. And I think that's really cool. But I think that's the one thing, you know, getting to see an insight more of like Dustin Johnson. No one's really done him, or like Rory, go play around with Rory, or Charlie Woods. Like, you know, that will happen. I think those are the ones missing.
You mentioned that, like, with the growth of, you know, golf collaborations and how, like, that's kind of the next step, collaborating with pros, whatever. I feel like the collaborations in the golf content have kind of exploded recently in the last, you know, 6 months to a year. Like, why do you think, I mean, I think like everyone knows why it works, but like, what was the spark for that to happen, and why do you think so many people are willing to collaborate, and like what motivates you, or like is a checklist item for you whether you collaborate with a channel or not? Like, talk me through that process a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm collabing with a lot of people. Just like recently I've gone out and collabed with Busted Jack, they're coming up, and Ben Haddon, I'm gonna go film with him. He's just starting out. I mean, personally, I can't speak for everyone in the space, but I like to go, you know, see new people starting out and help them out and go film with them and meet new people. That's like my favorite thing to do, is just meet people in the space. And I've been able to really meet a lot of people recently, and it's been awesome. And I just love, you know, seeing everyone.
Yeah, it's great to use the platform for that, man. Going forward, future, how this kind of last couple months has been for you, I'd love to hear just kind of anything that you kind of open the floor up to what you want to share, if anything, about obviously everything that's gone down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. All the speculation, all the different sides, people saying certain things, and at the end of the day, you know, no one knows the exact details. Everyone can speculate, and but it's been for sure stressful. There's been a lot. But there's also a lot of positive stuff that has come out of everything. And I'm super, like I said, I always say this, I'm very excited for what's to come. And, you know, we're so lucky to be able to do what we do. And yeah, I think it's all gonna eventually like, you know, all the drama and all that will start to slow down a little bit, and we'll be able to all just, you know, keep doing our thing.
I think it already has, man. I think you can see it. It's very much slowed. It's very much like it's normal life, people moving on. And I think the big thing, man, is that your content is just always elevating, and it's so entertaining, and it has so much value to it for people. And you bring such a unique, like, you're just such a personable guy. You have that teaching element. You're softer spoken. You're like, for someone who's a little older like me, I find you're very easy to watch. You know, your content is not, it's not too in your face. It's not too aggressive. It's like, it's just nice and it flows well. So I think as long as you keep creating content, man, it's people are going to be so happy about it. And you see it in your comments and the support. People love you. So you're killing it, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, dude. Well, I appreciate that. And hey, you keep doing your thing, dude. I keep seeing it. Just keep pumping it out, all the podcasts.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, appreciate it, man. All right. Well, we'll end the recording here, but thanks for coming on today, buddy.
Thanks, Nate.